Very quickly, before I get started here on the sweat fest from Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Donald Trump, go watch this video on Brittany Page's channel. I'll link it below. It's about the first confirmed death in Georgia, this time, from the abortion bans, from the draconian and radical abortion bans in Georgia. Amber Nicole Thurman, a mother of a 6-year-old boy, was murdered effectively by the policies of Georgia and their abortion ban. And we are running a fundraiser right now for the National Abortion Federation, which runs the National Abortion Hotline and prochoice.org. And a service and an outfit like this, the National Abortion Federation, the work they do very well could have played a role in saving the life of Amber Nicole Thurman. And we should do everything we can in our power to prevent every single death that is preventable. And your $5 could go a long way toward doing that. So please, if you have it, great. If not, share this video, share this fundraiser, get somebody involved and active and organized about this issue. Let's talk about what took place yesterday in Flint, Michigan. Donald Trump held a town hall where he was asked questions of the crowd through the surrogate that was Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who apparently needed some kind of a cloth or a paper towel to mop the flop sweat from her face. I don't know what was going on in there, but even the famously sweaty Trump was not quite that sweaty. And there are 3 different clips I want to play for you just to kind of give you the flavor for the night, how ridiculous this is. And it starts from a question from Sarah Huckabee Sanders, where she gives this long preamble that's fit for a dictatorial madman like Kim Jong-un. It's just heaping praise and adulation and worship onto Trump before asking, why do you want to be president, sir? Why? Anyway, enjoy this one. It's bananas.
Mr. President, I don't think there's a person, certainly in this room tonight, and probably anywhere in the country, that doesn't remember exactly where they were on July 13th, that Saturday, when a horrific thing happened, an attack not just on you, but what I see as an attack on our entire country. They have... I joined with everyone in we know that you were tough. We saw it every day on the campaign. We saw it when you were president. But I don't think anybody was prepared for what we saw that day. And now it's happened not once, but twice. You've literally taken a bullet for our country, and yet you keep fighting. You never give up. The reason that you're going to win in November is because America needs a fighter. And we've never needed a fighter more, and we've never had somebody more qualified to step in and lead our country than you. I'd love for you to tell us, why do you want to be president, and why do you continue fighting even after they keep attacking you every single day?
So we ran. Thank you, everybody. A lot of love in this room. I love you. You love me, and you love Sarah. A lot.
Weird. Weird and gross. Weird and gross and stupid and cringy and dangerous. I mean, one, I don't know what kind of a medical condition Sarah Huckabee Sanders has, but she certainly needs to just walk around with a towel affixed to her palm so she can dab the flop sweat. There's a lot of love in this room. You love me, I love you, we all love Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Woo! Love is in the room. So this next clip, I think I'm going to skip the third because it just gets too much. But this clip is Donald Trump pushing back against the narrative that he rambles at his press conferences. Pushing back against the narrative that he rambles by doing what? Rambling incoherently, just all over the map from one point to the next, can't keep a coherent thought inside of his two hands for more than a few seconds. It really does speak to the cognitive decline of Donald Trump and the danger that our country will be in if we put this madman, who's already proved himself unfit for office, to put him back in office. This guy who is worse than he was in 2016 and even worse than he was in 2020, and the Republican Party is poised to have him back in the Oval Office. Watch him ramble about how he doesn't ramble.
And Mr. President, we don't mind that you give long answers because you actually have something to say, because you actually got something done when you were president.
You know, it's a very interesting, because she said, I don't think I've ever said this before. So we do these rallies, they're massive rallies. Everybody stays till the end, by the way. You know, when she said that, well, your rallies, people leave. Honestly, nobody does. And if I saw them leaving, I'd say, and ladies and gentlemen, make America great again, and I'd get the hell out, okay? Because I don't want people leaving. But I do have to say, so I give these long, sometimes very complex sentences and paragraphs, but they all come together. I do it a lot. I do it with Raising Cane, that story. I do it with the story on the catapults on the aircraft carriers. I do it with a lot of different stories. When I mention Dr. Hannibal Lecter, I'm using that as an example of people that are coming in from Silence of the Lambs. I use it. They say, it's terrible. So they say, so I'll give this long, complex area. For instance, that I talked about a lot of different territory. The bottom line is, I said the most important thing. We're going to bring more plants into your state and this country to make automobiles. We're going to be bigger than before. But the fake news, there's a lot of them back there. You know, for a town hall, there's a lot of people. But the fake news likes to say, oh, he was rambling. No, that's not rambling. That's genius, when you can connect the dots. You gotta. Now, Sarah, if you couldn't connect the dots, you got a problem. But every dot was connected, and many stories were told in that little paragraph. But there is something, but they say that.
Right. Complex sentences and paragraphs. You know how many smart people, how many actually intellectual individuals talk about the complexity of their syntax and their grammar and their paragraphs. Yeah. That's what smart people talk about. Listen, when I talk, I use very complex language and concepts, and my paragraphs are very complex. I mean, obviously that's not true. There's been analyses done on Donald Trump's syntax and his grammar and his sentence structure. And most politicians are like, maybe high school level, because you need to be able to communicate with an audience. But Donald Trump's is like elementary school, early middle school kind of stuff. And the rambling is just, chef's kiss. To ramble about how you don't ramble is just a meta commentary on a meta commentary. And they want this dipshit to be president of the United States again. Fantastic, guys. All right. Just ready to make America great again. One complex paragraph at a time. What do you think? Did you catch this? I'd love to know. You can comment below. That would be great. You can also leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me the old-fashioned way, daily@dollemore.com. You can follow me on social media. I am at Dollemore everywhere, on Twitter and Threads and TikTok and Facebook and Blue Sky, all of them at Dollemore. And I want to remind you, please do go check out this video from Brittany Page. Learn about the story of Amber Nicole Thurman. And if you want to honor her by donating to the National Abortion Federation, we have a fundraiser on this video and Brittany's as well. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.